Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas.
All day, baby, let's go! Let's go! Six, 180!
On first down, Metcalf. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
At the 46-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. To throw, Mayfield. He'll find Metcalf. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Alert, 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 alert!
Mayfield now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, that puts them in that position.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
6-6, pull it high.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hayes. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Check, 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 check.
On the carry, here's Smith. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
18 Gator. 80 weapons. Hey, Haywood. Check 24. Check 24.
Greystone, travel. Ready.
On second down, here's Smith. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Now back to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd. They feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Watch the whip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, how about... A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Don't get nervous. Get it.
They'll run. It's Dorsett. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 20. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Check. 9. Here we go.
Fire.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now it's Dorsett. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point attempt to come here. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Graham. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
60 Pittsburgh. Pilot 64. Weak.
Talking about. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now Graham on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Pulled in at the 24. Walker showing the power. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch him.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Graham looking to throw on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. 3rd down from the gun, Graham. He's going to look deep down. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for the Browns. 44 yards.
X3, 218, chop.
First down.
Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Kelly. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
Quick touch, Bravo.
At the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, Graham. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Graham going to set up to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guy.
And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
fumble recovery. Graham firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Graham, and that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Kelly. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 29-yard line.
57. Mike, 57.
You must be dreaming.
Jim.
Ready?
2nd and 6. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play here for Dallas. 62 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
On the ball. Hit it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point up and through. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Cowboys 21, Browns 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
The
Let's go.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is in.
And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
after the sack. They'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Recon, 132 fighter. Switch it. Come on, switch fire.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Back two, the Mike. Mike back two. Who that?
They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. No problem there on the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Graham to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing, Young. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Uses the stiff arm. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after is good, and that will extend this big lead.
The score, Cowboys 31, Browns 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll keep it on the ground. Metcalf. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First down.
On the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. It's our field.
Off the play fake, Young. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Young working out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Again, it'll be Dorsett. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Here I come. Here I come.
6-6. Pull it high.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line. 80 weapon. See what you got. Let's go.
On the toss, it's Dorsett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Now Dorsett. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
You better bring it. You better bring it.
Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hayes. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Ready up.
Check. 59.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, Charlie!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Switch.
Hey, lock it. Yo, cheetah. Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. Finding room to the 20. Throw left side complete. It's Hayes. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Browns take over.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. On 1st and 10, Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Yo, 44. 44 is getting the ball right there. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Check 37. Check 22. Jet cover. 22. Jet cover.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down, Young, and that's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hayes. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go, D. Say.
Get it.
They'll try the left side with Dorsett. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Young. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Young now after the fumble recovery. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Young on 3rd down. Complete to Newsom. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Freddie Kitchens going to push the envelope. His guys will go on 4th down. Here's Kelly on 4th down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check 6 guys.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Here is Young. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. One last shot for Young. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Dallas, the win is their 8th on the year, and they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.